Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Sports Esports Podcast. I'm your host, William, and with me today I have Brock
Hello.
and Brian.
Hello.
And this is week 7 already for the LEC.
Wow.
And like LEC, so they're in week 7. There's only 2 more weeks left after this, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like I feel like LEC ends first out of all of them.
Then playoffs.
Yeah,
Then-
yeah, obviously playoffs as well, but
Is Rift Rivals before MSI?
we predict playoffs, but they don't matter for our prediction standings technically, unless we're in
Unless
tiebreaker
we
mode.
have a tie.
Yeah, and that's what screwed me last year. But we all went 5-5 this week.
Yeah.
It was a lot of upsets actually in the LEC this week.
Yeah, it wasn't as cut and dry as it's been pretty much the entire year.
Yeah.
So I feel like we've done really well in the LEC.
Yeah, actually, what are we at? 37. I'm actually. Nope, that's not how you do math, William. Do math on live TV. 74%. Yeah, it's actually one of my higher regions.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Well, I figured it's the only region I've gone 9-1 in.
I lied. It's not 74%. Not 74%.
Oh my god.
I don't know how to do math. This is why you don't do math live. 62% is our win rate. Which, yeah, that's about my average, actually. So, at the moment.
Man, we should just bet on all the league
I know,
games.
right? I've literally thought it. Anyway.
You gotta think about odds, though. Okay, anyway. It's
let's
not just 50-50. But
let's get straight into the games that went on this week. The first game was SO4 versus G2. SO4 hung in there for a little bit in this game. It was actually very slow for a G2 game. G2 got first blood early with, I believe, on Perks down in bot lane. Oh, I guess he killed Abadange. But this was pretty slow, but SO4, I was going to say SK, had a slight gold lead, but nothing too serious, and then G2 just put on the G2 pants and, carried the game away. I think
the G2 thing.
Yep, they did G2 things.
yeah, this was the Boa Constrictor game where they're just better than you, and they're gonna play slow and just slowly beat you, and there's nothing you can really do.
Yeah, slow is a relative term, by the way. It was a 23-minute game. When I say SO4 the lead to start the game, they had the lead for the first 15 minutes, and then the G2 took the lead and ended the game like immediately.
William, stop debating me into sounding dumb. I don't have the times up, and I don't remember.
I'm sorry.
I mean, you're still not wrong, though. Because usually when G2 plays, the game is already pretty much done by 15 minutes.
Yeah, they have.
And then it's just G2 playing around for a while.
Yeah, their average game time actually is 28 minutes, which is insane right now.
Yeah, that was kind of I don't remember which podcast it was on. It may have been on The Dive. It may have been on Euphoria. They're talking about if G2 went to a late game, you might be able to beat them because they've never been there.
That was on The
Elder
Dive.
Dragon.
That was on The Dive. I saw
What's
that
an
today.
Elder Dragon?
Literally watched that today.
What do we do with this?
Thought that was awesome.
That was hilarious.
Yeah, it was a blowout. Caps popped off on the LeBlanc. He went 5-2-7. Abadange had a pretty bad game. Memento.
Yeah, glad to see him finally have a good week.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Not too much to talk about with G2. They win a lot.
Yeah.
That's pretty much all you can say.
They've actually only lost one game.
Yeah, I know. Surprise. Next game though was Rogue versus Excel. Rogue comes out with their second victory of the year, like 2 of us predicted.
I was a hater.
You were a hater. I was telling you, man. Vander is pretty legit for Rogue. I think he's really helped them out.
He was on G2 in the past.
Yeah, but
I didn't know that.
I did know he was on G2, but I didn't know. I figured they had Wadid though, right?
They did have Woodid.
Yeah. So Wadid was also on G2, so it's not like Wadid and Prophet though. I think Finn is okay. He hasn't shown too much to me yet, personally. So I still think Prophet might be better there, but
Finn was an Urgot bot.
Yeah.
And now that Urgot's gone, I don't think we'll see Finn.
Yeah, I wonder if they'll bring Prophet back in for it actually.
They'll probably play Finn. He'll get stomped, and then we'll see Prophet back.
Sandcook's destroyed special. Sorry, Brock.
Oh, no, I was just saying, for me, this game kind of has an asterisk next to it, because I did predict Rogue to win, but I also didn't predict XL to do Urgot jungle. So,
Hey, In my opinion, Urgot Jungle is pretty broken. Like, cause I remember,
No, it's not.
I think it is. I remember
not.
they got a huge buff to it. Remember when he could clear faster than almost anyone? I think he could almost clear faster than Olaf.
He just got gutted.
Not now he's gutted. Now he's
He
gutted.
cannot clear faster than Olaf.
Did you see the big huge buff he's gotten to his pass? I can't show it now because he's getting nerfed. But the shotgun knees do like 4 times damage to jungle monster. It was when Matt was playing Urgot Jungle, and then it got buffed huge.
That was months ago.
Yeah, but that buff hasn't gone away.
I'm sure it has.
Is that what they're taking away now?
No.
They're not nerfing his jungle. They're upping.
They absolutely slaughtered his mana cost. His mana on his Q costs 90 instead of 70, I believe, or is it 70 instead of 50?
They just want to bring back the Manamune.
Yeah, but I always wondered why no one ever picked him in professional play, because there is a little bit of Urgot Jungle in solo queue, and it clears really fast, and all you have to do is hit your ult. You have to have some sort of CC on your laners, and if you can just hit the ult and they're slowed pretty fast or for a pretty long time, you get the Q slow, you're instantly going to burn a flash no matter what. As long as your laners have CC.
That's not a good jungler, because you just said you have to rely on your laners to get kills.
I'm not saying it's high tier. I'm saying it's like an average to above average in my opinion. I'm not saying it's
if you get the jump on the enemy mid laner and your friendly Lissandra W's and then ults them, you will kill them.
No, you don't even need a
That's what
Lissandra. You need one stun. You need literally one stun because the ult shoots out so fast.
If your friendly Malzahar ults them under your tower,
it could be, and it doesn't have to be in the mid lane. You could have a stun. You could. It's almost like Nautilus back in the day when Nautilus was top. It was a free kill every single time. But
I actually played against a Nautilus top recently, yesterday.
Wow, that's weird.
Yeah. It was really weird.
Did it do anything?
Well, I played Thresh support. I thought it was going to be Nautilus support. I was like, oh, so terrible. But it was top. And no, we pretty much just choked him out.
Yep, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Urgot's legit because he has the slows, two major slows, and a CC to throw back. The only issue is you have to get to level 6 before you can effectively gank. That's his issue.
I would say you really can't ever effectively gank on Urgot because he's so slow.
Righteous Glory.
Okay.
Predator Urgot.
There you go. But I'd rather have Spellbook still.
I don't like Spellbook in the jungle. But talking too much about Urgot Jungle.
I like this tangent I just took us on by accident.
Okay.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, this was a blowout by Rogue. Rogue dominated this game. It wasn't that big of a blowout in kills, but it was more like they had full map control thanks to Sandcooks with the Zoe. Zoe's disgusting when she's ahead because she can have complete map control.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's go on to the next game, which was Vitality versus Splice. This is another game where Splice is the absolute gatekeepers of EU, in my opinion.
100%.
They cannot even get close, I feel like, in these games against teams that are higher than them. But when they face teams that are lower than them, they just choke them out for long enough and they eventually just stumble into a win. Or that's how they play it, though. It's not really stumbling. I shouldn't say that. They're just so good at late game team fighting, but the good teams don't allow that.
They have good players. That's what's so interesting. They've changed their roster a fair bit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they have Oduamne, who's historically a fantastic top laner in EU.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I think they're a good team. I don't know why they can't. I think they need to change their coach.
Yeah,
I think it has to be coaching.
Their coaching is stuck in the old ways of go to late game to win the game. But I don't like them picking stuff like Lucian though. If they're gonna go late game, if you know they're gonna go late game.
Well, who splices ADC's Kabe?
Yeah.
Kabe.
He's a monster.
You say it. Yeah, he's good. Was he the Misfits AD or no? That was Hansama.
That was Hansama. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kabe's a beast. I like him. I like.
He's been around for a really long time, so he's got to be solid.
Xerxes, I think, is also really strong. I like
Xerxes. I remember seeing Xerxes. He used to just be a Smurf, and he kind of fell off.
He actually played the Silas jungle. If we want to talk about weird picks again.
I didn't see that one.
Yeah, we won't go on a tangent with this one.
Yeah, he's come back in a big way, at least from a fan point of view.
Vizicache, I cannot say. European. I struggle more with European names than I do with Chinese names. It's insane.
Vizicachi.
Yeah, he got wrecked on the Ornn. I don't like the Ornn pick at all. Still, I don't like it top because it gets
I think
bullied.
he's been feeding this split.
Yeah, that's true. That's also true. But I think
He's-
Ornn in general
he is-
feeds.
Oh, for sure. Which is again coaching, but as far as I know, I don't know how their organization works, but yeah, I would say he is the gatekeeper of the gatekeepers. If they had a really solid top laner, I think they're pretty solid all around.
Yeah, I still see them as like a 5th or 6th team, but I think I rank them
yeah.
up a little higher because of the amount of upsets this week. But I still like personally see it by the end of the year 5th or 6th. Like definitely a
see
playoff
them-
team, but I don't see them upsetting anyone in the playoffs. If that makes sense.
You could see him upset Vitality, like how they lost to him. I mean, you could see that they would just be a more solid team, maybe more of a threat overall.
Against
Kalashar.
Vitality, I'm not so sure about that.
I'm saying with a different top lane.
Got it. Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah. I think.
I'm not saying they'd win. I'm saying it'd be more of a shot.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
The next game we had was SK versus Misfits. The second I get on the freaking SK bandwagon, and they jump and I jump off Misfits. Misfits look great in this game. I think it was a big coaching change. I think the coaching change really helped.
I picked SK. Yeah, we do all these predictions without looking at most of the news. Like I think we would have. Did you know that they were changing coaches?
I absolutely did. I brought it up on the podcast last week.
Oh well.
Uh-oh.
I don't think that you said that they were changing coaches.
I did. I brought it up.
No.
I said
I'll
that
have to go back
there's
and look
gonna
at the tape.
be there's gonna be a change in coaches, but I didn't think it would be enough because I figured Selfmade was gonna be able to out jungle Maxlor because of how bad Maxlor has been jungling this split. But I think Selfmade has been jungling phenomenally. Obviously, he's won 6 MVPs, and so I thought that his performance would be able to carry them in both, and he'd be able to get his other lanes that might be equal to Misfits ahead. Listen, I'm paraphrasing, but pretty much exact words.
My excuse is there's 4 other podcasts I'm in. I don't know what Brian's is. I couldn't remember that note.
But yeah, it was very. Misfits look great. Simply, they did throw once around the 38-minute mark where they gave up 3 kills for a tower, but that was especially scary though because they were giving them to Werbley on the Warlib. Oh. Warlib on the Vlad, who was at the time 0-4, but that wasn't enough. He had 4 items. Actually, did he have 5 items? He did have 5 items. Wow, he made it all the way up to 5 items on only 2 kills. I guess it was a 42-minute match, but yeah. So it was good, but I was impressed with Misfits. I'm kind of back on the Misfits bandwagon a little bit. They made me. I think the coaching change helped. I guess it was really down the coaching, and the coaching just wasn't in the correct meta.
Well, this game also won from a backdoor.
Yeah, that is true. I forgot about that. That makes sense why SK had a Baron at the very end and then lost the game.
Yep. The whole team sitting there taking Baron as 3 members of Misfits backdoor.
Yeah, I do. I remember that.
They all got stopped by Sejuani.
Yeah.
That's a yikes.
Game number 5 though, we called it. We all called it. I stuck with Origin because I put them at number 2 in my power rankings. Regret that immediately. Brock said he had a gut feeling. I said I had a gut feeling. Brian said he had a gut feeling. We all said we had a gut feeling about Fnatic. Brock was able to convince Brian to switch over. Brian originally had OG as well. Brock
convinced me to switch over just by actually saying he was going Fnatic. So it's like, you know what, I wanted to.
Yeah,
so.
I wanted to as well. We all have big gut feelings about this game. I don't think any of our guts expected this, I'm assuming.
Not as bad as it was.
23-3 kill-wise. 14k gold lead.
Those 3 kills was on Hylissang.
Yeah.
So it's not even like they were on important people.
Nope. Damn. Drags the board.
Yeah, just dragging them down.
Oh my god, it was ugly. It was a huge blowout by Fnatic. They looked fantastic all over every single lane. They looked amazing. Reckless looked awesome on Kaisa. Nemesis looked amazing on the Zoe. Broxa finally looked good. He's had a lot of bad games this year, I think. Bwippo, who's had terrible games, didn't get any kills, but he went 0-7 on Scion. And frankly, that's all you need to do right now if you're playing the Scion.
Yep, just build some tank items.
Yep,
It'll be fine.
exactly. So it was a fantastic game by Fnatic. I thought that was really impressive, especially I was thinking maybe it was just a little bit of a hangover by OG from the beating G2. You know how you get that really big win and then you falter the next game coming out. I figured that had some impact into it, but not for their next game. Spoiler alert. But yeah, I thought it was.
Well, it happened almost a week ago, so.
True, but I mean that also happens in football though.
No, I'm saying you said spoiler alert. I'm saying they
got
should
it,
probably
got
be
it.
caught
Yeah.
up.
Okay, yeah.
Or they want to know.
Mm-hmm. All right. Next game we had game number 6 was G2 versus Excel. Excel gave G2 fits again for the first bit of this game, and by that I mean the first 15 minutes, like usually with G2. It did take them 29 minutes, so it's slightly over their average game time of 28 minutes, but I don't get what's with this Excel team. They suck against pretty much every team except G2. It's really weird.
Who are their 2 wins? I'm sure they beat Rogue the first time.
They beat Rogue the first time, and I believe Misfits.
Fnatic?
Somebody Excel was Misfits.
Yeah, it was Misfits. Yeah, because I remember we picked Excel to beat Fnatic, and they did not. I was disappointed in that. But I still don't like Special went 2-6 on the Yasuo. Not to be fair, he's going against Caps, but he was going against a Vlad, which I feel like Yasuo has the early game lead on the Vlad. But I mean, it's not only just Vlad though. It's obviously Jankos on G2 with the Elise and stuff like that. So it all mixes in. But I still thought Exile was better than what Specials performed at the. I'm still holding to that.
Yeah, this game was a very terrible game for Special.
Yeah, because, I mean, honestly, the bot lane was actually doing really well. I'm like, I have something in my throat right now. But Jeskla was doing pretty good on the Ezreal. I know it's Ezreal, which, I mean, most people can do good on. But, yeah, it was good. I think they keep showing that it's such a slight weakness. It's not a strong one. It's not nearly as strong as I thought. But I think if you're a really good team, you can beat G2 through the bot lane. It's not. It's almost like it's the same in NA with Liquid. You can beat Liquid if you pounce on them early and you beat them quickly so they can't recover. But that's about it. They have very small weaknesses that can be shored up, but that's the plan of attack I think on these teams is go after the bot lane for G2 and go after the top side of the map against Liquid early.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good strategy. For me, I don't understand the Yasuo pick. Yasuo the champion is good and all, I just don't get the pick because right now you're forcing to have to buy a Sterix gauge or something like that instead of actually being able to get your core item. So it's like, you're still behind anyway.
You could go Phantom Dancer. It's defensive now.
Well, you won't see Yasuo much anymore. He got gutted as well, which was nice to see.
He had literally a week in the sun and back in the fucking closet.
Well, a week in pro play, but he's super busted. And he was up to 74% ban rate in Plat Plus in solo queue.
That's just because people don't like seeing.
True, but 74% is a high. There's a reason for 74%.
Yeah, but what was his ban rate in high?
That was Plat Plus.
That's not Plat. I don't care.
Plat Plus is the high. Plat Plus is the highest elo on all these. When you can check these things.
They should do another one for Diamond 1 and up.
That's to make people not feel bad. No, apparently the new Diamond 2 is like Masters.
Yeah, with the addition of the Grandmaster, right?
I guess. I don't know. I just heard them complaining about it today.
Yeah, that's a lot. It's a lot of crazy stuff.
It'll never affect me, so.
No, me neither, trust me.
Yeah, I'm never going to get there. Next we had SK versus SO4. SK looked good in this game when they looked so crap in their first one against Misfits. They look great here. And this one actually, they gave the MVP to Selfmade. I did they? Hang on, let me confirm that. I think they did because I saw
Well,
he
if
had.
he's got 6, they have
Yeah,
6
they have
wins.
6 wins. So I don't know why they gave it to Selfmade. Now that I think about it, I saw.
It's gotta be to beat Caps with MVPs.
Yeah, it has to be because yeah, Selfmade
It's
has.
fan voted.
Is it? Okay, that makes sense. Because
Yeah.
absolutely, Crown Shot deserved it. He went 5-0-6 on Ezreal. They carried in Dreams on 4-2-3 on Pike. They dominated that bot lane. To be fair,
I didn't know
To-
Dreams had been on a team before.
they didn't dominate Upset. They dominated Ignar, which is still very good. But
Yeah.
but because Ignar had 4 deaths, he was 1-4, but Upset didn't die at all this game, so maybe that's why. But it's hard to kill Upset. He's amazing. Abadange had
Yeah.
another bad game, and this is the game with Memento. Oh my God! Before anything else, we gotta talk about Memento in this game.
Well, I wanted to shout out Dreams real quick. I didn't know he's not a rookie. He
No.
had played on, I think it was Mysterious Monkeys or something before they weren't a team anymore.
Something. Yeah, I do remember them saying that he wasn't a rookie. I do remember that.
Yeah.
I didn't
I
remember
don't-
what team
I
he
didn't,
played.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he had a good game on the bike for sure.
Uh-huh.
But let's talk about Memento. That was some of the. That's one of those games where you ask
Oh, was
yourself.
this the stopwatch?
Not only that, this was the stopwatch and the blast cone.
I didn't Alaska, and I've just seen the highlights.
Okay, so yeah, you've seen the stopwatch.
Of course.
Well,
That's
let's
bad.
build this up. And I saw the mic check and stuff.
Uh-huh.
Abadange and Pyrian are fighting in the mid lane. Memento they're on red side, by the way, SO4 with Memento. He's kind of hovering behind the left side of the wall. So he's telling Abadange to go in. I got your back. So Abadange goes in. Selfmade immediately ults because SK was also trying to set up this play as well on mid lane. And instead of hitting his Predator boots, Memento hit his stopwatch instead. So he just completely left Abadange to dry. Like, oh my God, and that was pretty bad. The only excuse I get, and I totally understand why it happened, was because when he bought the Predator upgrade for his boots shifted over in the inventory slot, and where he originally had them was different compared to when he first bought the boosts. So he hit where they were before, and his stopwatch was there instead.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta bring out the solo queue strats and troll your team.
Yeah, it was ugly. Not only that, then there was a time, I believe, around the 25-minute mark, if I'm correct. Maybe might have been 29-minute mark, but sometime later in the game where SO4 is already down a little bit, about 5k gold, and they go for a flank. They've caught out Werby. I totally forgot. Werlib. Got it. Werlib. And they caught him out trying to go for the blue buff obviously on the red side of the map. And Ignar takes upset in his mouth, as Tom Kench does, and goes to flank Werlib so that he would be instantly caught out dead, and then they would be able to create a lot of map pressure against SK because you took out their split pusher, and that SK actually had jumped into this fight with Selfmade, but they would have been able to kill Selfmade as well. However, in the middle of the animation from Tom Kench, Memento goes over and hits the blast plant and cancels the Tom Kench ult.
Are you serious?
Yep.
Oh, that's so bad.
Because he wanted to get over, obviously, as well to kill Warlib, but he didn't notice that Tom Kench was standing near the blast plant and immediately canceled the ult, and then they got team wiped.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's gotta feel so bad. Because,
Oh, it's gotta be terrible.
His teammates have to know he's not bad. It's just one of those days.
Yeah,
I'll have Thresh games, and it happens to always be when I play with you.
it is.
I can't hit the broadside of a barn. But I'll play by myself and
Yep.
be just like the American sniper.
I sent you the one video though, that one thresh with me. I was like a few weeks
Oh
ago.
yeah.
Yeah.
He, He'd like walk in and just die,
Literally,
and he's
literally
like, "Why are
level
you
one.
so passive?"
Yeah, I was level 1 Kaisa, and we were facing a Caitlyn Tarek. So Tarek level 1's really strong. And Thresh just walks up casually, one to Caitlyn, who's sniping him the whole time, flays
Flays
them,
him.
yeah, flays them both, and gets stunned up and ignited by Tarek and dies. It's like, why were you so passive there? You weren't even level 2 yet. Like, Thresh, usually you wait for level 2 before you do things.
Yeah, level 2 is where you get killed,
And then he just flamed me the whole
or you
game
get a
because of
free
that.
flash.
Yeah, it was an ugly game. That was a while ago. Still sad. Next game we had OG versus Misfits, and Misfits didn't dominate as well in this game, but they came back. This game was actually controlled by OG for about the first 20 minutes or so, and then they gave up the Baron. Was the Baron a steal? I don't remember. The Ivern, by the way. Ivern jungle. Another weird. LEC was some weird picks this week, which made me upset because I wasn't able to watch many of the drafts. Ivern jungle for the Max Lore popped off with the 0-2 and 11. Popped off in a support sense. And they kept Cold. I thought Cold played this game very poor towards the end. I don't know. He didn't play the Karthus right, in my opinion. Like, I don't know. He just never. He was never when he died. It was always he only died twice, so that's already wrong. You're on Karthus, no. But just in general, they just got out macroed. Febivin had a fantastic game on the Orianna. Hansama on the Kaisa had a good game, but Patrick also had a good game on the Tristana. But yeah, it was pretty ugly. I think Afari did not do much at all in the Yorick or Yorick. Yeah, Yorick. I don't know why
You did the me strat.
Yeah.
York and Ur got confused.
Yep. This is York and an Urgot in this game. But it was ugly. Origin disappointed me very much this week, and I'm very frustrated with it because I thought they were after beating G2 and looking great in their last 3 weeks. They looked like the second best team because Vitality and SO4 were faltering, and frankly, Vitality and SO4 faltered a bit again this week as well. So
all of the pros say Origin is so good.
yeah,
All of the casters and like all the viewers who actually pay attention to that just get baited into thinking that Origin is going to stomp.
Yeah, I know. I think it's the LEC in the last 2 weeks has really fallen off in a hypothetical power ranking / skill wise, in my opinion. I think there's a lot more pretenders than I originally thought, and I think this is a very easy spring split for G2. I don't think they. I knew that coming in, to be fair, but like,
yeah,
I don't. It's like more so than what I thought, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I've kind of thought that a while. Like everyone's like, "Oh, G2 is so much better than Liquid," which I agree. They probably are.
I agree. 3-1 in a best of 5.
And Rogue would be in playoffs in NA, and that's where I'm like, okay, no, they won it, and I honestly think Vitality wouldn't do well in NA. I don't think SO4. I think NA's core teams are better than EU's core teams.
So if you had a top 4 versus a top 4,
if it was like a SEC versus Big Ten challenge,
yeah,
and they clashed, I think
Cloud9 beats Vitality for number 2. I think
Cloud9 definitely beats Vitality.
I think G2 beats Liquid.
Probably.
I think TSM beats SO4.
Who knows?
No, I think G2 claps Liquid 3-1. I think Liquid might get
kidding. I'm kidding. Okay.
But I think TSM would beat SO4 as well. I think you're right.
So
I think, and then Splice versus FlyQuest. That's
hard to say.
That's
yeah.
a tough one. But yeah, even if you just go top 3,
FlyQuest, I think FlyQuest would beat Splice.
Even if you just went top 3, I think that.
Oh, so Rift Rivals?
Yeah, literally Rift Rivals. I think I'm gonna eat my words after Rift Rivals this year when we get wrecked, probably.
Well,
but,
no one cares about Rift Rivals.
I know. But I definitely think G2 is the best of all of them by a decent margin. Then Liquid. Then I think it literally goes Liquid, C9, TSM after that, and then Vitality, SO4. If you were to rank them into the power rankings of 6, it's just 6 teams. It's G2, 3 NA teams. So they're better overall, but like G2 is the better team. It's almost like Korea, where Griffin is the best team in the world by far, but I consider the LPL a better region.
Yeah, Griffin's the best team, but people were saying this is the weakest iteration of Korean League ever.
Yeah, I agree with that. But yeah, I think it's similar in that sense.
I actually think, call me crazy, which I'm a Liquid hater, but I think Liquid actually stands a good chance of beating G2 in a best of 5.
In a best of 5, I agree.
Only
I
because
have the Liquid hat on. What's wrong?
I know, but see, this is my thing. Only because Double Lift is that much better than Perks. Like, obviously, Perks is good, but Double Lift has been in that role for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
Double Lift claps almost everyone, and that sucks for me to say because I don't like Double Lift. So I think Liquid is well enough to know that their handicap is going to be mid lane.
He doesn't clap Josie.
Also true. Also true. But yeah, I think Liquid would be able to know that they should focus almost everything mid lane to shut down Cat. Because if there is someone who could just roll over Double Lift, it's going to be a Fed Cat.
Yeah. I just see it as in a sense that G2 plays such a strong early game and strong laning phase. They actually both kind of counter each other in a sense of my win conditions against G2 is to beat them through the bot lane. I think Double Lift and Core JJ are better than Perks and Mickey.
Oh, for sure.
And I think that G2 would actually counter Liquid as well because they play with really strong laners, so that they're able to get a lead really quickly early, and then they just steamroll through team fights by being at such a high gold advantage. They hit them with the wallet, like they say on the LCK and other broadcasts.
So hit him with the wallet.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
And where you just can't lose a team fight because you're so far ahead. And I think that Liquid doesn't play very strong early, so they would lose games quicker and they wouldn't be able to get to that team fighting stage for the most part. I can still see them taking a game because they would absorb the blow quick enough, but I don't think they could do it. I think it'd be 3-1.
Absorb the blow, counterattack. If you don't understand that, then I'm not your friend.
I'm sorry, I don't understand.
I don't understand it.
It's from The Office. It's Dwight when
never watched it.
Jim's talking about someone attacking him, and he's talking about self-defense. Anyway.
All right, well, let's move on. We're on game number 9. Quickly. Splice destroyed Rogue. Sadly, Rogue had a very rough game, and Vander had a very rough game. For all my praise for him, he didn't look good in this game. Though Kikis as well went 0-6.
Kikis.
Kikis, that's close enough.
You always say Kikis.
Yeah.
Kikis.
It's like you are
It's
from
because
Russia.
there's no C.
Kikis.
It's like you are from Russia. You say Kikis.
Where's the CK when you need it?
Kikis.
Anyway, he went 0-6 this game on Olaf. Sucked.
Oh,
Sucked. Is it Kobe or Kabe? Kabe?
Kabe.
11-1-8. Yeah, I suck with European names, by the way. I think I've said that in like 3 or 4 of these podcasts by now.
It's a bunch of different languages.
I know. I'm terrible with it. I'm terrible with it.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Like Kabe is, I think he's Danish. So like, who knows what that means? And then you've got like Wonder, who's German. Like
I can say Wonder. Wonder is easy. It's usually French names for me are just like the bane of my existence for the most part. But
can you say Optics coach's name?
I don't know Optics coach off the top of my head.
Zabutin.
Yeah.
He's French. He sounds very French when he talks.
But yeah, Kabe destroyed this game. 11-1-8 on Ezreal. That's a clean game. Sivir never got a chance to get going. Sandcucks, just in general. Finn, this was the one game he had a good game, but it was on Urgot, like you said. Urgot one trick pony. Urgot covered up his weaknesses.
Yeah, so it's just like you. Zing! Anyway.
I played Cho'Gath.
Okay, sorry, you're a 2-trick pony.
Maokai.
Now you're back down to it. Now you're back down to a 1-trick pony.
Maokai. I
It's
played.
hard to say about that one.
I played more Maokai than I do Urgot. Anyway,
We know,
oop! I totally muted.
we'll call you one trick pony on it.
Uh, anyway, quickly, last game of the week was Fnatic versus Vitality. This was a shocker to me. I think a shocker to most people. And Fnatic was winning a very large majority of this game. And then they blew it at the very end with the Tom Kench probably play of the week for, I don't know about what Brock had, but play of the week on the Pentakill, I think it was, or the Penta, not the Pentakill, with Jack Troll stealing the Elder with his tongue. But it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough for Vitality. They almost made it. They got, I believe, they didn't get either Nexus Tower, but they were able to get an inhib, and it completely brought them back into the game for about 3 minutes. And then
I think this
got
was
aced.
just them disrespecting Fnatic because like they've been doing so bad.
Yeah, I think I don't. Is it just EU? But I think EU teams disrespect each other a lot.
Yeah, I think NA we're all well paid. They're all just in California, weed's legal.
Not to mention, not to say like Doubleth doesn't respect 100 Thieves with his comments the other day.
Wait, what did he say?
Well, before the game, he talked to Avali and said that he forgot that he was playing 100 Thieves and that it wouldn't be his solo queue games would be more interesting. And then as they're having this discussion, like with Avali on the desk and stuff, or not desk, but like with the announcers, and this was like and then as they're saying this, Doubleth hit like 6 Mystic shots in a row at level 1 and completely made 100 Thieves like back off. Just hit him all in a row. It was so bad. It was so bad by 100 Thieves. But that's NA. Those are the games from this week. That was a lot. We got sidetracked.
I've been a little chatty. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. All good. It makes for more entertainment. Our players of the week. I'll get through these quickly. Top player of the week was G2 Wonder. He had a KDA of 9.5, a CSM of 9, damage percentage of 22.6, and DPM of 464. Jungler of the week was Fnatic's Broxa, a KDA of 13, average assist of 8 per game, and then a gold per minute of 344. And I know those sound always low, but those are really high for junglers. Junglers' gold per minute is really small at the moment. Mid laner of the week was Fnatic's Nemesis. He had a KDA of 9, CSM of 8.3, damage percentage of 34, and DPM of 663. It's really good of how Nemesis has been playing this year. He's been the best member of Fnatic this year, which is shocking, I know, but like the rest of the team needs to step up their game. Which they did this week. They did. ADC of the week was Misfits Sama. Back to what he was at the beginning of the year, the first 2 weeks. KDA of 21, CS per minute of 9.6, damage percentage of 38.4, DPM of 747, which is an airplane. And the support of the week was Vitality's Jack Troll, mostly because of the Elder Steel was such a good play. I was so impressed with that. But he did also have a KDA of 6.7, average assist 7.5, and Vision Score per minute of 2.15.
I was about to say, what the heck is VS?
Yeah. Brock, do we have a play of the week, or I don't remember if you sent it to me or not.
No, I didn't send it to you. I've got one though. It was just the Tom Kench Baron Steel.
Oh, look at Elder Steel.
Yeah, Elder, sorry.
Yeah, we'll watch it. Let's watch it. Thank you.
Everything.
Oops. Okay.
That's never what you want to hear. Oops.
I thought I put it to the end of the video, but I just muted it. All right. Ready?
All right.
3, 2, 1, go.
Shizuke on the flank, though. The vision is here. Oh my God! Gets it! What? There is no summoner spellbook. There is no smite.
Oh, that's so good. It's a nice quick play, too.
Yeah, it's a nice quick little play.
Mm-hmm.
It's a clean little Baron, a little Elder Steel. I keep calling it Baron. Lord.
Yeah, because
Elder and Baron is just like York and Urgot for me. I just can't get them right.
Yeah, I hate when they're both in the game. Well, luckily we don't have to worry about that anymore with 9.4.
How much health was left on that? 111?
Yep. Look at that. Stop that pause by me right there. Amazing.
I'll see you in a second. Damn, 111.
Like right as you said that, I got the tongue extension from Tom Kench. It was
You
perfect.
can see the dragon flashed yellow.
Yeah.
It just took damage.
That was awesome. Great play all around. Fantastic play. They did still end up losing, which sucks, but
Yeah, we're just there.
But man, if it wasn't hype.
I know it was hype. Let's talk about the power rankings for Week 7. Unsurprised. I pumped myself up so much, my speaker fell a little bit.
Oh no.
Yeah. Sorry, I need to re-say that. I didn't say anything. But G2, number 1, as always. I feel like we have never talked about G2 talking about power rankings since the first week. It's expected by this point. We have we all have Vitality number 2. Brock, you interesting enough have Splice number 3. Do you want to talk about that?
I mean, SO4 is coming off a 0-2 week.
Yes,
and
that is true.
Splice. I mean, they lost to Vitality, but they did have a win against Rogue, quote unquote, if you want to call that a win, I guess.
That's why I dropped. I didn't put them above SO4.
Yeah, that's why it was only just above SO4. It's just because SO4 is coming off a 0-2 week.
Yes, and I think it's more of a. I don't know about you, Brian. I have SO4 3. It's because it's when. It's like in college rankings where all the teams lose, so no one drops rankings type deal.
Yeah.
It's one of those where Vitality had a bad loss this week. SO4 had 2 losses, one of them against G2, not that bad. The other one was pretty bad. Splice had 1 loss this week. Origin had 2 losses, so it was like all the top 5 lost a bunch this week. So they stuck at 3 for me, but more so because I just dropped Origin a bit because they dropped 2 games.
I dropped Origin pretty hard.
I saw both of you drop them really hard. I don't agree with how far you both dropped them, but interesting enough, I did want to talk about your number 4 pick. I have Splice. Brock has a 4. You have Fnatic all the way up to number 4.
Fnatic beat Vitality.
They did.
And they beat Origin, who we all had pretty high up.
Yeah, but
they beat G2. I mean, I think it was 2 good wins.
They were 2 solid wins.
I think they're going to make playoffs.
I agree with you there. I will agree. I think that the team that's going to be who do you think is going to miss playoffs?
I think playoffs will be G2, Vitality, SO4, Fnatic, Origin, and Splice.
Oh, so you think Misfits misses playoffs over Splice?
I think Misfits and SK both miss playoffs.
I see SK missing playoffs. I don't know. It'd be between Misfits and Splice for me.
Well, if Misfits missed it, I put them. I don't know if you still have our Week 1 power rankings. I put them 7th.
Preseason picks, you had Misfits 6.
6. Just kidding.
You had Splice 7th.
The last 3 weeks, Misfits kind of has a brutal schedule.
They do.
Like, it's not an easy schedule for the next 3 weeks.
Which is the only 3
hope
weeks.
They miss it. That'd be so funny.
I wouldn't like that, hence I picked them to win it all.
Gorilla would be like, "Why the fuck did I come here?"
Yeah, I still think Fnatic is good. I put them up to number 6. I put Origin number 5. I know Fnatic beat them, but it's too big of a jump considering I had Fnatic at number 8, I believe, coming into today or this week, and then I had Origin 2. Even though a win the rest of the season, it's not like early where. In Week 1, you beat this team, so you should obviously be ahead of them because that's the only games you played. Where there's been a lot more. Fnatic's had a lot more bads than Origin has so far this year, I think. But that's not to say Fnatic's not on the up and up, though. That's why they're obviously number 6. And if they have another good week, I think
they got 2 easy wins coming up.
Yeah.
Just gonna spoil my picks.
And then Brock, do you want to just Brian kind of discussed his Origin, or do you, both of you? Brian, you have Origin at 7. Brock, you have Origin at 8. Why do you guys have them that low?
I think they got exposed. I mean, they're just okay. They beat G2, but I mean, call it luck, I guess. I don't know. They don't look like a team that should be beating G2, and no one has dropped G2 from number 1 when they lost.
True.
So,
but it wasn't just their G2 win. They were been looking really good the 2 weeks prior to that. They had been looking really good.
Yeah, but once you beat G2, everyone's looking at that. They're like, "Oh my God, you beat G2! You are the truth." And then when you just have a performance like last week, it's hard to be like, you lost some Misfits who's been slumping super hard,
Yeah.
and Fnatic who's on the up and up, but still hasn't looked great this year.
Yep.
It's two really bad losses.
It wasn't two bad losses.
It's two wins you need if you're gonna be a contender.
For me, the reason I put them where I put them is because there's 3 teams that are 6-6 currently. That's Misfits, Origin, and SK. Misfits just beat Origin and SK this week, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they beat Origin and SK this week, and Origin lost to Fnatic as well. So I put Fnatic above them. But I couldn't put SK under Fnatic only because they just beat Fnatic. So I kind of went with that analysis there.
Okay, yeah. So you were going more heavy towards that head-to-head analysis.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I think SK, I've fallen off the bandwagon for them again. I think I dropped them all the way to number 8 because even though they had one win, I don't like it when it's a team is a legitimate one-man show. You know, there are times when you can like I would.
Period.
Yeah, he's done okay. He's done okay. He hasn't done amazing, but
One of my favorite players to watch.
But it's like it's almost the same with Double It and Liquid last year. He was amazing, but he also had decent players to okay players around. Like you can talk about Pole Belt there internationally. That's different, but like it's not the same situation as that, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think it's legitimately self-made. Pyrion's like on the average side, and the rest are. Crown Shot has been better. But still, they're on the below average to near dead last in the.
Weren't you saying Dreams was doing better too?
Yes, I get they are doing better, but they are still, at least stat wise as well, all near the very bottom of the league in all positions except for jungle, which they are near the top of the league.
For me, the only thing about the rankings is because the rankings look a lot worse than they actually are because there's numbers next to them. Because for me, if I was doing our rankings, like my rankings, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 5, 5, 5, and then 9 and 10.
Yeah,
because that's how close the middle of the pack is.
That is fair. It's very close. It's a big clump, just like in NA.
Yeah, because I mean, you're looking at the middle of the clump is 6. Well, pretty much 3 people are 6-6, and then Fnatic is 5-7.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's close.
I just want to say that congratulations to Rogue. Since week 2, I believe, none of us have had them past number 9 or past number 10. Let's see. I had Excel at the very bottom. We all had Excel at the bottom. I had Rogue. I was the most hype on Rogue this year, putting him at number 8. And since week 2, they have not left number 10. So, congratulations. They've left number 10 for us. They are number 9. I think they deserve number 9. They don't deserve any higher than that, obviously. But good for them.
I think they're no longer the EU Gen A.
They wouldn't get relegated.
They're still in relegation, technically.
Yeah, technically.
The EU does relegation still?
No. But
okay.
No.
Since they're franchising.
Yeah.
Or they did franchise this split, you know what I mean?
But I think that's it for our power rankings. Let's move on to predictions for this week.
Finally.
Let me know, Brian, if my games are messed up, because Google, you know.
Okay.
First one I have is Fnatic versus SO4.
That's the bottom one for me.
God, why is Google so wrong?
I'm on their website.
Give me the website again. I always go through Google. It's so quick.
But it's not.
It's not right, apparently, the last 2 weeks.
Where do you want me to send it to you? Discord?
Just Discord, dude. I still have all my picks and stuff. I just want to have this correct. Alrighty. So, the first game, not according to Google, is Splice versus Origin. I think that this is a do-or-die game for Origin, and this is a very tough game for Splice. Because Splice is able to win late, however, I think that Origin on a talent level is actually better, and I've talked earlier about how Splice is major gatekeepers, where any team that has below average talent, they are going to beat them, but anyone with good talent on the team, they will lose to. So I think Origin does win this game. I think it'll be close, but I don't think it'll go 45 minutes. If it goes 45 minutes, Splice is going to win this. But I think this game will end at about 38 or so. Before that, about that 40-minute power spike of Splice you get that hits in, I think Origin will be able to clean it up slightly earlier, but this will be a close game.
What about you, Brian?
Who'd you pick, Will?
Origin.
Origin? I'm going to go Splice. Simply because I have them higher in my power rankings, and I think this could go either way.
It's a very 50-50 game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Both of these teams are coming into this game on 0-2 weeks last week. So that's...
No, Splice won against Rogue last week.
What, did they? Oh, yeah, they did. Lol, it was Rogue. I wasn't even paying attention. So, yeah, basically, they won a game, but it wasn't that big of a deal. I actually have Splice winning this as well.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I've got Splice winning this one as well. Pretty much for the same reason Brian does, which I do think, and Will, because I also do think they're gatekeepers, and I think they're going to have just a little more than Origin's going to have. And that's could go either way, babe.
Yeah, it's absolutely. These are two teams that I would rank as near the bottom for playoffs at the moment. I would definitely put them at the 5 and 6 seed. So,
I will say this is a big deal, though.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I mean, you're looking towards the end of the season. This is a big game.
There's two teams that are going to miss the playoffs that are competitive right now, so you do not want to be one of those teams to drop the game at the moment.
Yep.
Two teams are already basically out with the Rogue and Excel, but the others, there's 8 teams fighting for 6 spots, basically. Mm-hmm. And one of those spots is already taken by G2. Speaking of Excel, though, next game we have Excel versus SK. I know I've dropped off the SK bandwagon, I said, but I think that Selfmade will be able to solo carry enough to be able to take out Excel. I don't like Excel at all. I think my gut was originally good on them in preseason, but I can't really say that because they looked really good to start and then they faltered since. But I think it's been a lot of mismanagement and coaching, in my opinion, more so than players.
Yeah, I think you could put Dreams on Pike and he could probably solo carry this game. I don't have much faith in Excel, so I've also got SK.
Yeah, I have SK as well. I don't have much to say about it.
This could be a very good game at game number 3. It's surprisingly, I would have said this is a very easy game coming into this week, coming to last week. But with Misfits going 2-0 and they're facing off against Vitality, who went 1-1 with their loss to Fnatic, this could turn into a very good rematch of these two teams. I still think Vitality wins, but I think that Misfits will keep this game very competitive, and I think it's more closer to, honestly, even I would dare say 55-45 if Misfits plays like they did last week.
Yeah. I've been saying since he was in NA, I don't like Fabiven. Mm-hmm. I think any game where Fabiven is carrying, it's a fluke. I don't count it. And I think some reason I just feel like Echo's not going to be banned away from Jizuke, and it should be. You should prioritize Echo over almost any other champion.
He's nasty on
because it's such a disgusting pick for Jizuke. And I think he's going to get it, and I think he's going to just roll over Misfits.
But if they ban his Echo, can't he just play split push and let him on Rise?
Yeah, he can literally play anything else.
Yeah, he can just 1v3 with Rise in his side lane.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Vitality. I've just been a Misfits hater recently, and actually all split. So
yeah,
and Vitality's my boys.
They haven't looked good recently.
They haven't. None of my teams look good.
Yeah,
so.
It's also very weird that me and Brian are with a team. It's usually we're against each other's teams.
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah, I know. It's nice.
He was against my Echo Fox last season, and I've been against his CLG for as long as I've known him.
Yeah.
All right, game 4 is G2 versus Rogue. G2 go next. I already filled it in for both of you guys.
Easy pick.
Next game is Fnatic. I can't wait for Rogue to upset G2 after that. I
Oh,
always feel like
just
I'm
like you
So
said.
disrespecting.
happy.
I feel like I'm always disrespecting. I do that with Griffin games as well. I'm like, man, I'm disrespecting.
You should put an asterisk next to the G2 thing and just say "will pick" for us.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Just
Yeah.
in case something goes wrong, we
cause-
can say, "Look,
please-
I didn't have a voice.
Please tell me your guys' analysis of how Rogue wins this game.
I don't know. Caps gets injured on the way to the arena. Maybe,
Do they even win still off of that?
probably not.
Who's their backup?
I don't know. Do they need one?
Who's G2's backup? The Bausif? Baus?
Don't
No
know.
clue. It's a top laner.
He can fill in. They'd still be fine. I guarantee they'd still be fine.
The guy's name is Simon Hooferberg.
All right. Nice.
Just dox that guy real quick.
The next game we have is Fnatic versus SO4. This is also another fantastic game. SO4 coming off an 0-2 week. Fnatic coming off a 2-0 week. You'd think this is on the table for Fnatic to take. This is the statement game that they need to be able to show that they are a playoff team. And I think they will be able to do that in this game. I think I have Fnatic winning this game. I think it's going to be a very close. I think there's a lot of close games this week. Not necessarily good games like SK and Excel or even Origin Splice isn't going to be that great. But I think all these games are going to be very close except for G2 Rogue. I think that's the only blowout game in day one. But I think Fnatic wins this one and ties themselves in for a playoff spot.
I
Yeah.
have Fnatic as well. I'm sorry, I'm going before you. I think that what's his name? Upset has gotten really cocky.
Yeah.
And everyone's saying he's the best AD carry, and now he's just like, I'm the best AD carry, and he's gonna get clapped.
I'll go even so far as to say that Attila broke him. Mentally
Attila
broke him.
Mental boom.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll go with that. I think Upset might have a bad rest of the year. Unless he can recover mentally from
Yeah, Attila kind of went after the poor guy. That's what happened.
What's your pick, Brock?
Every part of me wants to go Fnatic. Yeah, I'm going to go Fnatic. Because
Woo.
SO4 is kind of a team who they don't mind playing in later games, and I don't think you can do that against Fnatic. If Reckless has a crit AD carry.
He will. There's no way that they're
Yeah.
they're trolling
popped
if they
up-
give him Lucian or something. He
He
did pop
popped
off
off on Kaisa and still built an Infinity Edge.
Yeah, well, Kaisa does build crit.
Yeah. But, yeah, I don't think he's going to be on Lucian or nothing like that.
They'll be trolling.
Kaisa
it'd be
builds
trolling.
crit now.
Yep.
That sounds really fun.
Yep. Infinity,
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Infinity
I was
Edge
just
is
looking
their-
at the highlights.
Infinity Edge Infinity Edge Ginsu's Runons is the core build
That's
Wow.
crazy. What a season, boys.
because Infinity Edge is back. First item, I like it.
I know, that's what I grew up on.
Yep.
2 BF swords or something.
No, there was only 2 BF swords for a little bit. Now it's back to the BF sword, pickaxe, agility cloak.
Oh yeah. That's what it originally was.
The old Draven days.
Game number 6, we have G2 coming right back. Oh, I guess they're on game 4. But G2 versus SK, I think, again, I don't think, where I said SK was self-made, he can 1v9 enough against Excel. I don't think he can 1v9 enough against G2. Quite the
I think he's
opposite.
going to 1v1 anyone on G2.
Yeah, you're right.
Uh,
Jenkins a good year.
yeah. Yep, I think this is a pretty easy prediction.
Yeah, I'm gonna go G2. But I think it would be so cool to see Self-Made just pop off.
It would. It would be awesome.
To like single-handedly just beat G2
Yeah, that'd be
and
amazing.
let Caps know, be like, there's a reason I have more MVPs than you.
Next, we have Splice versus Shulka. I think that this is another gatekeeping. This is a big test week for Splice with Origin and Shulka. I don't have enough faith in Splice for them to win either of these games. However, I think these games are going to be very close. But I don't... From what they've shown us this year, they've shown us that they can't beat teams that are on their level or better than them for the most part. Where I can only beat on the teams that they're definitely better than, and I feel like because of that, Splice is going to lose this game to SO4. It'll be finally a rebound for SO4, who I believe has lost 4 games in a row. 1, 2, 3. No, 3 games in a row now. And if our prediction is correct, that will be the 4th game. Got it. I think they rebound here though and beat Splice.
Yeah. I agree. I have SO4 beating Splice.
I hate to be boring, but so do I.
Look at that. We only have 1 difference so far all week.
Wow.
Time to change it up. Excel over Misfits. What?
I have Misfits winning this. No, we're not even talking about that game yet. You baited me, Brock.
I baited.
We have Fnatic versus Rogue. Rogue, I like them as a team. I like them now as a team. Let me re-clarify that. I thought that was a great, the opposite of what Excel did, where I didn't like their prediction, or their changes at all. I liked a lot of what Rogue changed. However, this week against G2 in a resurging Fnatic, can't pick them. Fnatic again.
That's very unlucky.
Yeah. Fnatic. You got Fnatic over Schalke, you got to go Fnatic over
exactly.
Rogue. I think that's a rule.
Next game, we have Misfits versus Excel. I think Misfits is kind of on a hot streak right now. I even said that I think that Misfits can very much beat Vitality this week. I definitely think they can beat Excel this week. I think they'll be able.
Did you pick Misfits to beat Vitality?
No, I did not. I didn't go bold enough.
I
think it's gonna be close though. I think that game's gonna be real close.
Yeah, I think if they 2-0 this week, they'll make playoffs. And my prediction I made earlier will be wrong, but I'm gonna go Misfits in this game.
Brock?
Because I lost all faith in Excel.
Yeah, I've lost all faith in Excel as well. They're dead to me. They're gone. Brock?
I wish I could pick Excel over Misfits just because Forbidden, but
you can't.
I'm gonna pick Misfits.
What did he do to you?
I don't know.
He was on clutch. I mean, like, you weren't that invested in that team. He pentakilled CLG. You should be happy.
Oh, that's tough.
Yeah, exactly. I'm saying he smurfed on us. You would have loved watching that game.
Yeah, I'm sorry he got a pentakill on an academy team.
This was last split. Chill.
I've got Misfits as well.
All right, final game. Let's wrap this up. Team Vitality versus Origin. This is another tough game to pick. There's a lot of tough games to pick, I think, this week. I think this week's going to be messy standings-wise. To be fair, actually, Brock, you've gone 5-5 the last 3 weeks, I just noticed.
I've gone the last 2 weeks.
Yeah. I've had 2 of the last 3 weeks.
No more of that 4 and 6 stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You went 6-4 though.
Yeah, in week 5. But week 4 I went 5-5. Anyway,
really? Did I do worse than that?
You went 6-4.
Oh, okay, cool. So
we've been very, very even.
Okay.
All year. It wasn't like any comebacks or anything. It was like I took a game, you took a game next week. It's been super
Are you
close.
ahead in NA by like a game?
No, we're tied in NA, I think.
So we're tied in both?
Yes, I believe so. I can check right here. Yeah, we're tied in both.
Wow.
Very close. And we tied last year until the tiebreaker.
I mean, I kind of gave up some games last year, though.
That's your choice.
I mean, like, look, it was my choice. But it'd be like me picking Rogue over everybody this year.
Anyway, final game. I think Vitality will beat Origin in this game. I don't have faith. I have faith in Origin to be able to beat Splice, but I think Vitality... I think Yamamoto Cannon, I think he's going to whip them into shape. I think they, like you said, they got pretty cocky against Fnatic. Not that Vitality isn't cocky all the time, but they're gonna get cocky with like a mission, if that makes more sense.
Yeah.
They're gonna come out this week with a mission, and they're gonna win this game. They had two tough games against Misfits and Origin. But
I love Yamato's speeches too.
Yeah. I think he'll motivate them to win both of these games.
Uh-huh.
I think Jizuke is going to smurf this game.
I'm gonna take that as a
Vitality
Vitality win.
for the win.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Vitality as well.
Ooh, so we will know, Brian. Ooh, bold pick for you. We will know, Brian, who is in the lead. One of us will be in the lead by the end of game 1. And sadly, because of work, I probably won't be able to watch it live, so that makes me upset. But yeah, that Origin Splice game is the only difference. Actually, you and Brock do not have a difference this week.
Did we not? Oh,
Nope.
wow.
Taking my predictions.
Hey, I went first in a few of them, so...
Yeah.
Right.
You got spliced it up, Brock. You're only 3 out in LEC.
Uh-oh.
You're going to have to make some bold predictions.
Coming for that throat.
See, this week I was just giving Brock the stiff arm. See, I'm not going up anymore.
Yeah.
And not going down any on him. And then I'm just giving a little juke. So
Yeah.
we're going to see if I can shake off a few yards.
Origin versus... Your money is on Splice for you to take the lead.
Well, for what you have your money on, I'm okay with that, actually.
It's literally a coin flip. That game is 100% coin flip, and that is what we're going to be going into week 8.
That'd be like betting on... let's see. That'd be like betting on the Packers when they played the Browns, because they're both like, eh.
Yeah.
But you got one that's probably going to win, but you don't know.
Yeah, exactly. All right, guys. I think that does it for this week's podcasts. I think, for LEC. I do want to say before I wrap up that I have all the pictures set now, and Lars has already confirmed with me that we will be working on it a bit this weekend. So I have all the pictures. I won't. You don't need to see the pictures, but I can just do real quick. Let's see if I can find podcast stuff for Lars. There we go. And then you go in here. You have all the players for each team. You have all the teams here and stuff like that. It's going to be exciting. I'm really looking forward to it. But,
wow.
Yeah, that's a lot. That was a lot of effort because I didn't feel like doing that there every podcast. There's more players. You don't realize how many backups some teams have, and I hate the teams that have so many backups. All right, I want to thank you guys for watching. You can follow us on Twitch at twitch.tv/KingLinkFan. Follow us on YouTube or subscribe on YouTube. At youtube.com/KingLinkFan. Remember to just like the video if you want. I just like comments more so than likes. I mean, you can like it if you want, but. I like comments.
We're not trying
to
make money. We're trying to make friends.
Exactly. But yeah, I like comments on videos, and I like to see if anyone else has predictions and stuff, and I can see their predictions and all that kind of stuff. So thank you guys for watching, and we will see you, or at least I will see you Sunday for the LPL podcast, and there have been some upsets already. So now I'm looking forward to that. See you later.
Bye.